HIV/AIDS has been devastating the lives of people around the world for more than 25 years. It was first discovered in June of 1981 in the United States. Since then, AIDS has claimed the lives of more than 25 million people around the world. At the end of 2005, the Center for Disease Control reported that there are an estimated 39.5 million people living with HIV/AIDS around the world. There are approximately 12 million people in the United States alone and 113,341 in New York City. African American men represent 65% of those diagnosed with AIDS. African American women represent 67% of those diagnosed with AIDS. Young people under the age of 25 account for half of all new HIV/AIDS cases worldwide. An estimated 6,000 are infected every day.
HIV/AIDS is a life-altering illness. HIV stands for the Human Immunodeficiency Virus. The way this virus works is that it attacks our body's immune system. Our immune system is our body's defense. It protects our bodies from bacteria and viruses that want to make us sick. Once HIV enters our immune system, it disguises itself as a part of this defense system. While in disguise, HIV begins to make copies of itself. Once enough copies are made, then it begins to attack the rest of our immune system, making more and more copies of HIV. Since HIV is destroying our immune system, when bacteria or viruses arrive, our body no longer can defend itself, and as a result, we become very sick. These sicknesses are very simple, such as a cold. Normally, most of us who have a healthy immune system are able to get over a cold. However, when you are infected with HIV, having a cold could mean to even have to go to the hospital. When the person infected with HIV reaches the point where their immune system is almost completely destroyed and they have a bad infection, then they are said to have AIDS. AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome.
People with HIV and AIDS must be very careful as they tend to their daily activities. They must take medication every day at the same time in order to stay healthy. The number of pills range from 3 or more a day. If these pills are not taken at the same time every day, these medications will become weak and no longer work against HIV. When these meds are taken correctly, they work at keeping people alive longer. However, these pills are not easy to take. Many of them are hard to swallow and have many side effects, meaning taking these pills helps the HIV, but makes you feel bad at the same time. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, stomach aches, diarrhea, headaches, rashes, having nightmares, being tired all the time, having muscle weakness, liver damage, nerve damage, and the list continues with other specific medications. Some side effects are temporary and some are long-term. Unfortunately, taking these medications will give you one or more of these side effects. When HIV/AIDS was first discovered, many people died within 3 years. Since research has improved, better medications have been made and people have been living longer. We are all fortunate that these medications are working, but the fact still remains that there is no cure.
HIV is found in the blood, fluids in your body, and in breast milk of the infected person. A person can only get HIV if a sufficient amount of any one of these fluids gets into the body of another person. HIV enters the body through cuts and tears in your skin on the outside and inside of your body. No matter how small the cut or tear, if enough of the infected fluid gets into your body through this cut or tear, you can be infected with this virus. The reason people are infected when they have sex is because the skin on the inside of our bodies are very delicate and can tear easily. People who use drugs with needles can infect each other because the blood from the infected person stays on the needle, and then that same needle tears the skin of another person and goes directly into their bloodstream, causing the blood-on-blood contact. HIV is also passed through breast milk if the infected mother breastfeeds her baby. Babies can be born with the HIV/AIDS virus while in the womb or during birth. You cannot be infected by HIV through eating utensils, toilet seats, gym equipment, eating food from an infected person, touching, hugging, or shaking hands. HIV is in the saliva. However, only one case in the world has been reported of a person being infected this way. The only reason why this happened was because both persons had extremely badly bleeding gums. People infected by HIV are of all races, genders, and nationalities.
The only true way to prevent HIV is through abstinence. By abstaining from sex and drugs, you can be sure that you will not be infected by HIV. The Black Church Week of Prayer was developed in 1989 by a woman named Pernessa C. Seal. Ms. Seal worked at Harlem Hospital years ago and was devastated at the number of African Americans suffering from this virus. In her heart, she felt like something needed to be done. She realized that the only way HIV/AIDS was going to be put to an end in our community was through education and prayer. Sunday, March 4th through Saturday, March 10th is the week that several Black churches have dedicated to educate and empower members about the HIV/AIDS crisis. During this week, we are asked to set aside time to pray to God for the healing of this disease. Through prayer, all things are possible. I hope this information was valuable and has helped you become better informed about HIV/AIDS and has encouraged you to pray for the healing of our community.